do a little red line a day, keeps the rebuild away.
Transmission down already?
Here we go. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to JR Garage and welcome to RX-8 Part 2. And you guys loved the reveal video, part 1 of this car. It was so exciting getting this thing running for the first time, and it sounded pretty good. But the question is for today's video, will it drive nicely? We're gonna get it out on the road for the first time in like 7 months, and we have our fingers crossed that everything goes okay. And of course, with this second startup, we really hope that it starts up much easier than the first time. If it takes 10 tries again, then we're gonna be in trouble. Obviously, something is a bigger problem than we thought. But obviously, we can see how dirty the engine bay still is. The rest of the car cleaned up really nicely. It's got the R3 package with those awesome 19-inch wheels. And of course, the Recaro bucket seats. So cool. So the last piece of the puzzle is the engine bay, which is filthy. So I'm gonna get this clean. We're gonna go ahead and start with this because like we always say, a clean engine bay will give you 20 more horsepower and the car will run a lot better and thank you in return. So we're gonna go ahead and knock this out and then we'll go for the first drive. Let's back it out into the sun. I wanna give a huge shout out and thanks to the sponsor of today's video, Enercamp, with their new Enershower CG1. This tool will be a huge help while I tackle the engine bay today. A portable shower washer with many uses. You could use it at the beach, you could use it on camping trips, or you can use it for automotive applications. It can be used as a car washer for mobile detailing and on-the-go washes, or in this case, you can use it for cleaning horribly dirty engine bays because it is fully portable. So I can back the car out here and we can run it, and it does not need to be hooked up to water because you can easily just fill it up with the 4-gallon tank right here, and then you can plug it into either a portable power pack, which we have, or I'll just run the cigarette lighter charger over to the S8. Okay, and just like that, we got power. Check out the length of this hose. You could obviously stretch this very far all the way outside. Yeah, look at that. If your wheels were dirty and you needed something on the go, boom, you could easily clean things off. Detailing your car on the go, getting dirt off, whatever it may be. If you too want to pick up your own CG1, then go ahead and hit my link in the description down below to get the best deal possible and to learn more. Let's get to it. Okay, we got the RX-8 pushed out. We got the Enershower. It is time for step number 1, and that is a simple light mist to get all of this light dust off. Tons of it from the Arizona desert. So you want to make sure not to hit the vital components. Don't go spraying the battery and sensors and alternators. Just, light mist around the car, hoses, plastic pieces. That's just fine. So this will be perfect for that. And then we'll go ahead and move in with the scrubbing bubbles, simple green, some of the bigger cleaners to really get down and dirty. Take a little test. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Look at that. So we're just being real careful, a little light mist, nothing crazy. This is perfect. Oh my goodness, this tool, thank goodness. Gets that dirt right off. Now, of course, it looks good, but we're really gonna have to go in there with the scrubbing bubbles to really free up that remaining dirt, but this is a great start. Okay, step 1's looking good. Now we're ready for step 2, the scrubbing bubbles stage. You all know I love this stuff. No, they still have not sponsored the channel. What are we, 20 million views later? It's great for these black pieces, which we have a lot of surrounding the engine, so it's gonna make it look really good in here. So yeah, I'm hyped. A brand new can. Christian got this for my birthday. I am so pumped. Best birthday present ever. So we're just going to go ahead and go to town with this, and we'll be good to go. So let's get it. Alrighty, check that out. With an hour and a bunch of elbow grease, you are able to really transform an engine bay. This car is no exception. Man, you guys saw how this car started, and now look at it. It is so clean. I could probably eat off that. There's a nice little dinner plate there. Anyway, now that it is all clean, it's gonna be feeling a lot better. But before we go for that first drive, of course, we probably want to do an oil change. So I'm gonna grab Christian, we're gonna go knock that out real quick. A lot of the people, the rotary guys who maybe own RX-7s or RX-8s, they chimed in with a lot of good information, and everyone said, yo, do an oil change. I think it's about 3,000 miles since its last one, and then address the spark plugs and coils if it still struggles starting, or if you start to like lose power and it breaks up. We're gonna start with an oil change, and then we're gonna go for a first drive, see what's up, and then most likely do coils and spark plugs eventually here, maybe next video, but it should be good enough for a first drive with some fresh oil in there. All right, Christian, where are you? Alrighty, hey, I found him. Christian, you appeared out of nowhere just in time to do the heavy lifting part of the video.
Magically, the RX was already up in the air. My drain pan's already under it.
One thing while I was cleaning, I forgot to mention it. Guys, rotary experts, we need your help again. So check this out, guys. Can you read this? All right, it says port campaign, and then it says rework number, port code, and date. Is this an indication that Mazda rebuilt this engine? Please, if you guys know what this sticker means, the date's pretty much worn off. I can't really see it, but wouldn't that be a nice surprise if this engine has already been rebuilt? With over 100,000 miles, there's a chance it could have been rebuilt by now, and if it's not rebuilt, then maybe some of those comments are gonna come true that you guys are gonna be in for a nightmare on this car. Your good luck is about to end with this one.
Well, let's see if the oil change goes smoothly for good luck.
We didn't run it at all, but then again, thanks to Arizona, it's already at operating temperature 24/7, so we should be good enough. Hey, how much does the T6 cost us, Christian? One of those jugs, which is what we'll need.
16 bucks a gallon.
16 bucks, how much was the filter?
10 bucks.
Okay, so 25 bucks for this oil change and 20 minutes of work. You can't beat that. You can save a lot of money, and it gives you that deep connection with your ride. And if you give it some loving, it'll love you back and it'll start up perfectly. Hear that, Mazda? Please, please start up perfectly. And now for the oil filter. There she goes. Kind of a pain in the butt to get to. Christian's like,
what the heck is what I'm like.
yes, sir. And by the way, no metal shavings on the magnetic drain plug, so that's good. New filter on, fill it back up with oil, and then first drive, let's go. All right, oil level is good to go. New filter's on there, we should be good. This battery is charging overnight. Yes, we have beeps, this is good. Okay, moment of truth, here we go. It's getting a little dark, so we gotta go quick to get this first drive in. Wow. Okay, they said no gas, no nothing. Okay, hopefully it's much easier this time. 3, 2, 1. Yo! There you go! Started right up! Alright, they said to do the 2,000 RPMs for like, 10 seconds, give it a little gas, clear out the old stuff. Haha! Prove all you haters wrong. It started right up. That was like 2 cranks. Now it's idling. How about that?
Alright, I'm happy.
Alright, first drive. Here we go. You gotta let this thing fully warm up, I know. Wow, guys. It's working. Being very gentle with it. It's feeling good. Dude, we have a running and driving R3 RX-8. Suspension feels great, of course, Bilsteins. Dude, feels great.
This is working. Wow, so this is pretty amazing. Just one day later, just had to sort out the flooding issues, and we are good to go. Got it started, and it runs just fine. Oh boy, can't wait for this thing to be warmed up and feel what a rotary feels like. I don't think I've ever ridden in one, and don't know much about how good they are in some areas, and so that area is the top of the RPM.
Yeah, right? They make a lot of power up top. Well, a lot of power compared to down in low RPMs. 9,000 RPMs, but it's feeling good so far. Clutch, transmission, good to go. I mean,
and this is without a tune-up. We feel like we want to do that in a later video.
Oh, it sounds so weird. All right,
what is that sound?
That does sound interesting.
Actually really cool. I like it. All right, fully warmed up.
Let's do a little red line a day, keeps the rebuild away.
Transmission down already?
Here we go. Look at that. Go, go, go! It's like, it is kind of not pulling all the way to red line, so I think maybe the spark plugs are. He said if it starts to break up in the top end, it coils.
All right.
Guys, I think we may
have a tune-up in order.
Yeah, I think we're gonna need coils in the spark plugs because it started to hesitate just a little bit there.
Just doesn't feel like it's pulling all the way to the top.
Yeah, here, Chris, let's swap. I'll get it from the outside. All right, Chris is starting to get behind the wheel. Let's see how it sounds from the outside. I'm gonna hang back here. Unless that like traction control is giving us a warning and that's limiting the full RPM. I don't think so. Give it a go. But let's see how it sounds. needs an exhaust. It needs an exhaust, guys. You crushed the first video. You got a ton of likes. I think we're gonna do an exhaust. We're not sure what yet. Maybe some cat delete. Well, for starters, cat delete's gonna make the car run a lot better with the premix. You don't want the cat blocking up and then coming back to your engine and blowing up your engine. So that's gonna help with the car running good. It's gonna make more power, more sound. And then from there, we may do like a little catback exhaust. We're not quite sure, but definitely we gotta do an exhaust because you can't even hear it. It just wants to scream, and a wankle makes some of the craziest sounds. Okay, here he comes. That like induction noise, that sounded so cool coming from a distance. You can hear it. That is just, it's hard to describe, but it's the first time I've ever heard a rotary up close. Hear that? That is pretty awesome. Guys, what do you think? Comment down below. Not only did we get the car running last video, but this video, we got an oil change done. We got the engine bay perfectly cleaned up. So now the full car is looking pretty darn good. And now it's running great. And it's really fun to drive, actually. It handles so well. I mean, they're one of the best handling cars. Oh my goodness. How do you like it?
I can tell it's got a lot more in it. It needs to be tuned up. It needs to be unleashed a bit more.
Okay, so maybe someone do it with spark plugs or coils.
I think so.
Yeah, you guys were commenting that if it starts to break up in the upper RPM, that's probably an indication.
Yeah, that's exactly right. At the top of the RPM, it just kind of falls flat, which is where this engine should be shining, right?
Okay. But otherwise, I think it runs pretty good.
I think it does.
No funky sounds or lights or anything. It handles so well. That Bilstein suspension. It sounds so cool. Guys, I think that about does it. We're headed back to the warehouse. It is dark now, but the car officially runs. Comment down below if you know why the car's breaking up a little bit at higher RPM. I'm sure it's nothing too serious. Christian, overall, words of wisdom? I
liked it a lot. I was wondering about like driving a rotary engine, if there's any different way to drive it. I think it drives pretty similar to any other car. But I think it'll be a lot of fun, you know, getting the hang of and really getting to learn it well and drive it really well.
Yeah, all right, stay tuned for part 3. We'll probably do some sort of a little tune-up, but then hopefully we'll be good to go. Everything else is seeming pretty solid. So thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and stay tuned for the next video. We either got some Lambo or Ferrari content. Back to the supercar vlog. Okay, you're not kidding. That's loud. My favorite sounding car, V12 Lambos. Oh.